All right, guys, my name is Andrew Emery at Andrew Emery Golf. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I feel like a little island surrounded by the sea of sameness here, with everyone talking about body dynamics and learning to move the club with your body. You got to swing like a tour player. Well, at the end of the day, guys, there's more than one way to swing a golf club. Before we get started, if you've not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and press that subscribe button. There's a bell button next door. Click on that. You'll get a notification every time I release a new video. So let's talk about this for a second. I don't believe the golf swing is all hands and arms any more than I believe it's all body. I think the golf swing is a marriage between the articulation of the wrist, the swinging motion of the arms, and of course the dynamic pivoting motion of the body. It's not one or the other. However, 80% of you guys are driving in the slow lane, okay? You've not learned to articulate your wrists and swing your arms freely. The first drill I'm going to talk about is called the L to L or hitchhiker drill. And we're going to use that in combination with the closer drill. We're going to do a twofer here, a 2-for-1. And when you combine these things together, if all you do is practice this drill for the next literally couple of months, you've got to transform your golf games, okay? I'm absolutely confident. So let's talk about the hitchhiker drill to start with, okay? Thumbing a lift over here, thumbing a lift over here. Elbows down, thumbs up, guys. All it is a very, very simple concept. All we do is we hinge, we unhinge, and then we rehinge on the opposite side of our body. All we're doing is leveraging the golf club using our arms, okay, and our wrists effectively, which requires a lot less tension in the arms and the wrists. Most of you are struggling with that. So when I set up to a golf ball here, I'm going to do my hitchhiker, put my feet together. I want to make sure, guys, when I take it back here, when my lead arm gets to parallel, my golf club is hinged and on plane. Somewhere between the ball and my feet is what I'm looking for. I don't want to get too around the corner here. That requires the club head to move a little bit faster. So many of you are dragging the golf club away at the same time as your body gets the club too far around the corner, and then you got to finish your backswing with your hands and arms. So start the club forward for a couple of times. Just start it forward. Give it a little momentum here. Give the club a head start and get that club head moving a little faster. So by the time that left arm is parallel, we've got a really nice angle formed between the lead arm and the shaft. That's going to get you into an angle of attack that's going to be a lot more effective as well. So many of you getting the club back behind the corner, you're having to make all sorts of compensations as you change direction. So let's go ahead and hit one here. Show you what that looks like. Feet together, L to L. Not going to hit it very, very far here. Up and back and through. There it is right there. All right, just chipped it straight down the middle. That was easy, okay? All I'm doing here, guys, is like throwing a ball in many respects. Everyone talks about starting down and driving the body and, you know, creating all these angles back here. And then finally, right at the last minute, right at the last second here, magically, if you just keep turning right at the last second, whoo, we can create that last, you know, split 5,000th of a second release to get the club head timed. And that's all revolving around trying to create as much lag as possible, get the hips open, you know, get everything out in front of, I mean, it's exhausting just looking at the positions that some of these guys are trying to get into. I'll be quite honest with you. It just requires so much effort and flexibility, both of which at my age I don't have. So, you know, if you're getting a little older, you definitely don't want to be doing that. It's going to do more harm than good. So if I just go ahead and swing it a waist high here, as I take the club back, I'm going to hinge the club kind of back behind me. As I start my downswing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get linear initially. You can see here I'm not being angular in my release. I'm not releasing my wrists. What I'm doing here is I'm moving my arms forward and I'm creating some lag that way. Essentially, your arms drop, okay, just like this, and the club head remains up as your arms drop. And ironically, the more you can get your arms kind of off your chest and the more you can get your arms dropping, the more lag you're going to create. There's a lot of misconceptions out there. The way I look at it, tour players move their arms a lot faster from the top of their backswing here right to this delivery position compared with amateurs. They really create a lot of energy into the club head early in the transition. And I think that's what this drill does so well. Once we get to around waist high here, once that club comes down, what we're going to do here is we're going to exchange this linear momentum to angular momentum. All that means basically is the butt end of the club is going to start to return towards me and the club head is going to get thrown out. And we can see here, right at impact, everything lines up beautifully. So there's a midpoint that's located essentially between the hands that slows down, and the club simply changes direction as we turn through. Obviously, we can get that club head changing direction a little faster in a shorter space of time. We're going to create more speed. Most of you have so much tension, you're trying to square this club face up with your body, you know, and you're not allowing the hands and arms to square the club face up. And that's what I want you to understand. The hands and arms aren't evil, okay? They're a good thing. They can do too much, admittedly. There's no question your hands and arms can do too much. But ultimately, it's really trying to swing the golf club freely. I mean, that's what really this boils down to. And allow the golf ball to get in the way. We're not hitting at it, okay? All we do is allow the ball to get in the way of our golf swing, okay? Pretty straightforward stuff. So the other drill that I want you to understand is so important is this closer drill. All you're going to do is take your feet, guys, like this and stagger your feet, okay? And you're going to basically close your stance. You should be able to get a pretty good amount of space here between your lead heel and your trail toe. And what that's doing, guys, is providing a pocket back behind us here for our arms to work down in front of us in a linear fashion, okay? It's going to essentially allow our arms to work down like an elevator in a building. Best players in the world have a lot more vertical and a lot less horizontal as they change direction. Recreational golfers have a lot more horizontal and a lot less vertical. So if we combine the hitchhiker drill, hinging, okay, unhinging and rehinging with this closer drill where we get the hips way behind us, and not only is it going to help us create more speed with our arms, it's also going to help our body accommodate our arms. In other words, rather than trying to drive the club with the body, I think it's the body's job to remain out of the way of the arms, if that makes any sense. Is the body turning through? Of course the body's turning through. There's no question about that. But what we're trying to do here, guys, is we're trying to get your arms down in front of your body, all right, as you release the golf club. And so many of you have your arms trapped behind your body without any of this motion down, okay? And then what has to happen is the body has to stall and the club gets released early. That's the irony behind the whole thing. You get your arms moving faster, you create more lag, okay? Get your arms moving slower, generally speaking, and then we're releasing early. You can see I'm throwing the club out. But guys, this isn't me moving my arms faster. You see this? That's not me moving my arms faster. That's me spinning my body, okay? And having to dump the club to get the golf club back out in front of me. So it's important to understand that distinction. I see that a lot of the time where even teaching professionals are talking about, oh, you're using your arms too much in your transition. I'm like, I don't know that that's true. I don't see people using their arms enough in the transition. I see them using their arms too much through the ball. No question, but they're using their arms too much through the ball, guys, because the body, of course, is way out in front of the arms. The body has to stall in order for the arms to catch up. Hope that makes sense, okay? Let's get closed. I'm going to get my weight forward, kind of feeling like I'm up on my left side here. Ball position should be maybe 2 or 3 inches inside my left foot here, but that's where my swing center is. If I set up to it and I get my weight forward, my sternum is maybe 2 or 3 inches inside my left knee. That's where I want to place the golf ball. And then what I'm doing here, guys, I'm going to hinge, unhinge, rehinge, and I'm going to feel a tremendous amount of tension into my lead leg, right? So what we're doing is we're engaging the lead leg. We're not spinning the darn hip out of the way. We're not trying to turn the hips and spin the lower body, okay? That's not it. What we're doing here is we're moving into the lead leg. You're going to feel a lot of pressure into your lead heel as you strike the golf ball. So your lead leg is acting like a brake. And that's what we want. That's what all good golfers do, guys. So now you're having your cake and you're eating it too, okay? Arms drop and you're loading into that lead leg, okay? It's like a catapult with the hands and arms. So let's go ahead and put some mustard on this. Combine these two drills, we'll see what happens. Get my weight forward. Hinge, unhinge, rehinge, keep my back to the target. There's my verticals. Go ahead and give it a whack. Oh, it just feels so much freedom with my hands and arms through the golf ball there. Absolutely love that. All right, so there we go. So about 175, 180 yards, 7-iron there. Nice little draw release pattern. Path a little to the right, face a little close to path, which you would expect. For those of you that come over the top, I cannot think of a better drill than this closer drill. You can see this right here. Look, guys, keep your back to the target. Get those arms moving down, okay? Get those arms moving down. I'll even use a box here. Very expensive training aid. This is a vanilla chia granola. What I'm going to do is put my signature on this, paint it out, put my logo on it. Anyone wants to buy this for 50 bucks, I'm happy to ship it to you. Just let me know. Just shoot me a comment on that one. I know no one's going to give me a hard time for that statement. All right, okay, so we're going to put that to the side of us. Go ahead and do the same thing. Here we go. Get the club working back to the target. Guess what I'm going to feel here? I'm going to go ahead and smash that golf club down into that box. Look at the verticals, okay? You see that? I'm not spinning outside and over the top of the box. I'm going to drop that club right down into it, okay? So that's the feeling I'm going to have, guys. Look. Okay, let's get this out of the way. So that is honestly the feeling I have when I change direction. I'm not in a hurry to turn my body back to the golf ball. I'm not in a hurry to get my hips open or spin my hips or turn my hips as hard as I can. Oh, I love to see that ball go a little right to left. All right, there you go. So $175, nice little baby draw. Hope this is starting to make sense, okay? If you have any questions, I always answer comments. I certainly appreciate the support I've had from my channel. If you think this could help someone, go ahead and share to a friend. Work on these two drills. Hitchhiker first, hinge, unhinge, rehinge. Go ahead and introduce the hitchhiker drill to the closer drill. That's going to get you loading that lead hip. It keeps your lower body behind you. For those of you that early extend, incredibly important. I think working on combining those two drills, possibly the most powerful drill in golf, without any question in my mind. I've been doing this a long time. I know it's going to help you. So give it a shot, okay? Talk to you next time.